Well, Americans in drier climates are giving up on watering their lawns and, well, deciding to paint them instead. Michael Gutierrez has been turning grass green in Texas since last year. He says the paint is biodegradable, safe for kids and pets, and won't wash away when it rains. Best of all, you don't have to water your lawn all summer. Well, we'll see what 10 on your side's gardening expert Dabney Morgan has to say about that little technique. He's joining us this morning. Hey, Dabney, you've got a smile on your face. Is that not the solution you were looking for to keeping the grass green?
Boy, I'll tell you what, put some garden centers out of business, wouldn't it?
All you have to do, yeah, the paint stores will do well.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you know, I'll tell you, you know, that area you were looking at, you know, Texas is really, really in trouble, and it is a solution with everything so brown. And you know, we have done that in this area for our summer grasses, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, they turn brown during the winter, and there are paints available locally that you can spray paint your lawn during the wintertime. Of course, the fescues, which tend to be the more popular, stay green during the winter, but they're the ones that use so much water. So
I guess I shouldn't be laughing too hard, because that's actually a pretty common thing.
Yeah, well, not real common, but it's available.
It's an option.
It's right. It's an option, and most garden centers are familiar with it. Yes.
Is it really safe to do, though?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you can make it as dark a green or as light a green as you want.
Pick what shade you want.
That's right. Exactly.
That's great. Well, all right. Well, Dabney,
you know, we don't have to worry about that with the rain we had last night. Boy, that was a nice one. But you know, the plus to the water is that everything looks so bright and green this morning, but the downside is the mosquitoes are out there.
You were noticing them this morning?
Oh boy, they're terrible. And you know, and I think all of our viewers are seeing them, no matter what area you're in. And of course, you know, it's recommended that you don't have standing water.
Okay.
But I was reading in the paper this past week, there's a new species that really, even the moisture on the leaves, they can breed. So, you know, folks, mosquitoes are going to have to be concerned with, and there are products available. You know, we all know about the citronella oils that we can burn. We also have a lot of natural products on the market that are oils mixed together, like clove oil, mint oil, different sprays that you can go out and they not only kill on contact, but they do repel. They're granular products that you can put out, and then of course there are some chemicals, but you know, if you really want to get out into the yard and enjoy it, you're going to have to treat, and of course you can put mosquito repellent on you as well too. But you know, be sure and use the safe ones that are not bad for the skin.
Well, and we've noticed officials in some cities like Portsmouth, they've actually been taking to the skies to try to target the mosquitoes.
Right. Well, the article I was reading, the problem with that is, yes, but they're breeding in the backyards, and there's not a good way to treat for those. And even back in the old days, they used to take the trucks through and spray, but they can't get into the backyards to do a very good job. So they're really asking for the neighborhoods and you know, the residents to do a little bit of cleaning up on their own area.
So if you want it out of your yard, you have to kind of step up and take care of it for yourself.
And make sure you don't have anything that's holding water and this sort of thing. Okay. And even mowing the grass a little, so that you know it's not so tall and so wet.
Some good advice there, Dabney. Well, we appreciate that. Also, you wanted to mention something about gardens today.
Yeah, one thing that, you know, now that we are starting to get produce out of our garden, of course, you know that if you have any extra, there's always the food banks that'll be more than happy to take it.
That's a great idea.
The other thing, too, is make sure you don't leave it on too long. You know, depending on what you want to get, but a lot of times we'll have folks come in and say, you know, I've got so much seed mass in this particular fruit. Maybe it'll be a squash, or maybe it'll be an eggplant. Well, the problem is you let it get too large. A lot of times, picking it a little earlier, before it gets so large, it'll have a little bit better flavor and it won't be quite as strong.
All right, Dabney Morgan, always a resource of information. Thanks, Dabney. We appreciate it.
Okay.